Your brain is sabotaging you right now, and you don't even know it. There are 15 specific mental patterns running in the background that keep pushing money away from you. These patterns were installed years ago, and they're still controlling your financial decisions today. The good news? You can rewire every single one of them. In this video, we're breaking down the 15 ways your brain blocks wealth and exactly how to fix each one. Welcome to the Identity Lab, where we rewire your identity to rewrite your reality. The conflict. Here's the harsh truth. You're probably working harder than most rich people. You're probably smarter than most rich people, but your brain is wired for poverty, and you don't even realize it. Every day, your subconscious is running programs that keep you stuck, programs that make you avoid opportunities, programs that make you undercharge, programs that make you play small. And until you identify these patterns and rewire them, nothing changes. Your effort doesn't matter if your brain is working against you. Block 1. The safety addiction. First block. Your brain is addicted to safety. This is the deepest one. Your nervous system was designed to keep you alive, not to make you rich. So every time an opportunity shows up that requires risk, your brain screams danger and floods you with fear. It doesn't matter if the opportunity is actually safe, your brain treats all uncertainty as a threat. This is why you stay in jobs you hate, why you don't start that business, why you keep all your money in a savings account earning nothing. Your brain is choosing survival over growth, and that keeps you broke. The rewire? You need to train your brain that calculated risk is safe. Start taking tiny risks every single day. Not reckless ones, tiny ones. Invest a small amount. Have a difficult conversation. Try something new. Each time you survive the discomfort, your brain learns that risk doesn't equal death. Over time, your nervous system recalibrates and opportunities stop feeling like threats. Block 2. The comparison trap. Block number 2. You're constantly comparing yourself to others. Every time you see someone doing better than you, your brain goes into threat mode. You feel jealous. You feel behind. You feel like you're failing. And all of that keeps you stuck in scarcity. Here's why this blocks wealth. When you're focused on what other people have, you're not focused on building your own. You waste energy feeling inadequate instead of taking action. Plus, comparison makes you make emotional decisions. You buy things to keep up. You chase trends instead of building real value. All of it keeps you poor. The rewire? Stop consuming other people's highlight reels. Unfollow accounts that make you feel behind. Stop checking what your peers are doing. Focus only on your own progress. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else's curated life. That shift alone will free up massive mental energy for wealth building. Block 3. The permission problem. Block 3. You're waiting for permission. Your brain has been trained to wait for someone to tell you it's okay to succeed. Your parents, your boss, your friends, society. You're looking for external validation before you make a move, and that keeps you stuck forever because nobody is coming to give you permission. This shows up everywhere. You don't apply for the job because you don't meet 100% of the requirements. You don't raise your prices because you're worried what people will think. You don't start the business because you're waiting for the perfect moment. All of it is your brain waiting for permission that's never coming. The rewire? Give yourself permission. Seriously, write it down if you need to. I give myself permission to be wealthy. I give myself permission to charge what I'm worth. I give myself permission to bet on myself. It sounds simple, but it works. Your brain needs that internal authorization to override the old programming. Block 4. The instant gratification circuit. Block 4. Your brain is wired for instant gratification. This is pure neuroscience. Your brain releases dopamine when you get immediate rewards. Shopping, eating, scrolling. All of it gives you instant hits. But wealth building requires delayed gratification, investing, learning, building systems. None of that gives you instant dopamine, so your brain resists it. This is why you spend money on things you don't need, why you can't stick to a savings plan, why you choose short-term pleasure over long-term wealth. Your dopamine system is hijacking your financial decisions. The rewire? You need to retrain your dopamine system. Start celebrating small wins on your wealth journey. Transferred money to savings? Celebrate it. Learn something new about investing? Celebrate it. Made progress on your business? Celebrate it. Your brain learns that wealth-building activities also create dopamine. Over time, delayed gratification becomes easier. But here's where it gets interesting. The next block is the one most people never identify. Block 5. You don't believe you deserve wealth. This lives deep in your subconscious. Maybe you grew up hearing that money is the root of all evil. Maybe you absorbed the belief that wanting money is greedy. Maybe you feel guilty about having more than your parents did. Whatever the source, your brain has a worthiness ceiling. And every time you get close to breaking through it, your subconscious sabotages you. This is why you underprice your services, why you don't negotiate, why you give your time away for free, why you feel uncomfortable when someone pays you well. Your brain literally doesn't believe you deserve it. The rewire? You need to directly challenge the worthiness belief. Write down why you deserve wealth, not why you want it, why you deserve it. What value do you bring? What problems do you solve? What would you do with wealth? Reconnect to your worthiness every single day until it becomes unshakable. Block 6. Your brain is running an old scarcity story. This was programmed in childhood. Maybe you heard money doesn't grow on trees 1,000 times. Maybe you watched your parents fight about money. Maybe you experienced real financial hardship. All of that created neural pathways that say money is scarce, hard to get, and stressful. And those pathways are still active today. Every time money comes up, your brain runs the old story. You tense up. You make decisions from fear. You hoard instead of invest. You stay small to stay safe. The story is controlling everything. The rewire? You need to write a new story, literally. Write out your old money story. Money was always tight. My parents stressed about it. I learned that money equals struggle. Then write your new story. Money flows easily to me. I create value and wealth follows. I'm safe and supported. Read the new story every morning. Your brain will start adopting it. Block 7. The fixed mindset trap. Block 7. You have a fixed mindset about money. Your brain believes that financial success is for other people, the naturally talented ones, the lucky ones, the connected ones, not for you. This is what psychologist Carol Dweck calls a fixed mindset. You see ability as static instead of trainable. This blocks wealth because you don't even try. Why bother learning about investing if you are not good with money? Why start a business if you're not an entrepreneur? Why negotiate if you're not that type of person? Your fixed mindset keeps you from developing the skills that create wealth. The rewire? Adopt a growth mindset. Every skill can be learned. Every ability can be developed. You're not bad with money. You just haven't learned good money skills yet. That one shift opens up everything. Start seeing yourself as someone who's learning and growing instead of someone who's fixed and limited.
Block 8. The negative money associations. Block 8. Your brain has negative associations with wealth. When you think about rich people, what comes up? Be honest. Greedy? Selfish? Corrupt? Disconnected? Those associations are poison. Because if your subconscious believes that wealth makes you a bad person, it will never let you become wealthy. Your brain won't let you become something you judge as negative. This is incredibly common. Most people have absorbed cultural messages that rich people are villains. Movies, media, family beliefs, all of it created associations between wealth and negativity, and those associations block money. The rewire? Find positive examples of wealthy people. People who use money for good, who solve problems, who create jobs, who support causes. Study them. Let their examples replace your negative associations. Your brain needs to see that wealth can be a force for good. Once that clicks, the internal resistance dissolves. And this next block explains why you keep self-sabotaging right when you're about to break through. Block 9. You have an upper limit problem. This is a concept from psychologist Gay Hendricks. Your brain has a thermostat for how much success, love, and money it can handle. When you start exceeding that thermostat, your subconscious freaks out and creates problems to bring you back down. This is why you get sick right before a big opportunity, why you pick fights with your partner when things are going well, why you make a stupid financial decision right after you make good money. Your brain is uncomfortable with the new level of success, so it sabotages you back to familiar territory. The rewire? Awareness is the first step. Notice when you're self-sabotaging. What was happening right before? Were you breaking through to a new level? Once you see the pattern, you can interrupt it. When you notice the upper limit kicking in, pause, breathe. Remind yourself that you can handle this new level. Your nervous system needs reassurance that growth is safe. Block 10. The action paralysis pattern. Block 10. Your brain overthinks everything. Analysis paralysis. You research endlessly. You make pros and cons lists. You wait for perfect information. And while you're thinking, opportunities disappear. Other people take action and win while you're still planning. This happens because your brain is trying to eliminate all risk before you move. But perfect information doesn't exist, and waiting for it guarantees you stay stuck. Your overthinking isn't protecting you, it's keeping you broke. The rewire? Set a decision deadline. Give yourself a specific amount of time to gather information, then make a call and move. Start with 24 hours for small decisions, 72 hours for medium ones, a week maximum for big ones. This forces your brain to act instead of loop endlessly. Action creates clarity. Thinking creates confusion. Block 11. The visibility fear. Block 11. You're afraid of being visible. Your brain wants you to stay small and hidden because that feels safe. But wealth requires visibility. You have to be seen to be paid. You have to put yourself out there. You have to promote your work. And every time you try, your brain floods you with fear. What if people judge you? What if you fail publicly? What if people criticize you? This fear keeps you invisible. You don't post about your business. You don't share your wins. You don't tell people what you do. And invisibility guarantees poverty. Nobody can hire you, invest in you, or buy from you if they don't know you exist. The rewire? Start small. Post one thing today. Share one win. Tell one person about your work. Each time you survive the vulnerability, your brain learns that visibility is safe. Over time, putting yourself out there becomes normal instead of terrifying. And visibility creates opportunity. Block 12. The broke friend energy. Block 12. You're surrounded by broke people. Your brain is a sponge. It absorbs the energy, beliefs, and standards of whoever you spend the most time with. If everyone around you is broke, complaining about money and staying small, your brain adopts that as normal. You can't rise above your environment. Your brain will always pull you back to the group average. This isn't about being mean to your friends. It's about protecting your psychology. If your circle doesn't support your financial growth, they're actively blocking it, even if they don't mean to. The rewire? Upgrade your circle. Find at least one person who's ahead of you financially. Study them. Learn from them. Let their energy and standards raise yours. Join communities of people building wealth. Your brain needs new models of what's possible. Once you see different standards up close, your own standards automatically rise. And these next 3 blocks are the ones that keep you stuck, even when you know better.
Block 13. The failure terror. Block 13. You're terrified of failure. Your brain sees failure as permanent identity damage instead of temporary feedback, so you avoid anything where you might fail. You don't try new things. You don't take risks. You stay in your comfort zone where failure is impossible, and that comfort zone keeps you broke. Here's the truth. Every wealthy person has failed more than you've even tried. Failure isn't the enemy. Avoiding failure is, because avoiding failure means avoiding growth. The rewire? Reframe failure as data. Every failure teaches you something. Every mistake shows you what doesn't work so you can adjust. Start deliberately trying things where you might fail. Small experiments, low-stakes risks. Train your brain that failure is feedback, not death. This removes the terror and opens up massive opportunity. Block 14. The time scarcity lie. Block 14. Your brain believes you don't have enough time. This is a huge block. You tell yourself you're too busy to learn about investing, too busy to start that side project, too busy to network, too busy to skill up. And that belief keeps you stuck in the same patterns forever. But here's the reality. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. Rich people aren't less busy, they just prioritize differently. Your "I don't have time" is really "this isn't a priority." And when wealth isn't a priority, you stay broke. The Rewire? Audit your time. Track where your hours actually go for 1 week. You'll find hours of wasted time, social media, TV, meaningless activities. Redirect even 1 hour a day toward wealth building and your life transforms in a year. Your brain has time, it's just spending it on things that don't create wealth. Block 15, the passive victim identity. Block 15, you see yourself as a victim. This is the final and maybe most important block. Your brain has adopted an identity of powerlessness. Things happen to you. The economy is bad. Your boss is unfair. Your industry is dying. You got unlucky. All of it positions you as passive and powerless. And that identity guarantees poverty. Because here's the truth. Wealth requires agency. You have to believe you can create change. You have to believe your actions matter. You have to believe you have power. Victim identity removes all of that. It makes you wait for rescue instead of taking action. The Rewire? Take radical responsibility. Everything in your life is your responsibility. Not your fault, your responsibility. You're responsible for your results, your growth, your circumstances. That mindset shift is terrifying, but it's also liberating. Because if you're responsible, you have power, and power creates wealth. All right, so those are the 15 ways your brain blocks wealth. Your safety addiction, your comparison trap, your permission problem, your instant gratification circuit, your worthiness gap, your scarcity story, your negative associations, your upper limit problem, your action paralysis, your visibility fear, your broke friend energy, your failure terror, your time scarcity lie, and your victim identity. Every single one of these is rewirable. Here's your challenge. Pick 3 blocks from this list, the ones that hit hardest, and work on rewiring them for the next 30 days. Use the exact rewiring strategies we covered. Track your progress. Notice what shifts. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's just running old programming, and programming can be changed. The question is whether you're willing to do the work. Because once you rewire these patterns, money flows completely differently. If this video exposed something you needed to see, share it with someone who's stuck in the same patterns. And if you want to go deeper on rewiring your identity for wealth and confidence, subscribe to the Identity Lab. We're just getting started. Now go identify your blocks and start the rewire. Your wealth is waiting on the other side.